So, folks, we need to talk about where we're at vis-a-vis Democrats and Republicans, because the level of desperation from Republicans has become even more palpable and obvious, to the point where, I gotta be honest, Republicans are just now fully committed to elaborating on a fictional Democratic platform that unironically Democrats should do. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean. Here's a Trump appearance from earlier today.
The Democrats are going to terminate the filibuster as soon as they have a chance. And then they're going to approve Puerto Rico and D.C. as a state. They got 4 more senators. They're going to end up with 12 more congressmen. They're going to get at like 40 electoral votes. If they are allowed to do that, by that time I'll be sitting home. And I'm not a big crier. I don't think you want to see me cry, you know? There are some people, they do very well when they cry. But you don't want to see me cry. But I may be crying when I'll be sitting home and I'll say I told them they got to really terminate the filibuster, get everything approved right away.
I mean, his skin's crying right now. Dude, it's being tortured under all that makeup and those harsh lights. But guys, I don't think people understand. Democrats are terrified of being attacked for stuff like this. It's one of the reasons why Democratic elected lawmakers shy away from talking about statehood for DC or Puerto Rico so often. It's because they view it as a political risk. Because if they talk about it, then, well, their opponents might say that they're going to go be crazy and get rid of the filibuster, and that might damage them politically. But they are saying it anyway. They're saying it anyway. When we're talking about political strategy, this is effectively permission from the Republican Party to run on these issues and to run on big systemic change, because guess what? Even if you're the most moderate Democrat in the universe, they are still going to attack you as a communist. They are still going to attack you as someone who's going to try and upend the political order and get statehood for these territories that don't deserve it. But the reality here, folks, is that this is permission. Because if they're going to do the same thing either way, then the Democratic argument against running on this stuff evaporates completely. Right? It's just gone. It's similar with other things that he talks about.
Than one murder. We had transgender for everybody. Men and women's sports came ravaging through our cities. And the whole world was laughing at us. We were a joke all over the world, but not anymore. They're not laughing. They're not laughing. Than one.
Can we just I just want to play this one more time.
Murder. We had transgender for everybody. Men and women's sports came ravaging through our cities.
This is how cooked the Republican base is. They hear transgender for everybody ravaging through our cities, and it's just like, what are you bro, what are you talking about? Wait, what? Ah, yes, who can forget that time the transgenders ravaged through, Branson, Missouri? Who can forget the great transgender ravaging of Mississippi and Alabama? Who can forget that the transgender menace that took down New York City? What are you talking about? Yeah, where is this horde of transgender folks? I'm confused. I gotta be honest, the most trans people I've ever seen assembled in one room is I don't know, maybe some kind of Comic-Con, maybe PAX West or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think of any maybe you know what? Maybe Evo. Maybe the Evo tournaments. Yeah, in LGS, exactly. But like, this is where we're at. And I want everyone to understand, if you are a Democrat and you're thinking about like turning into like an anti-trans Democrat or whatever because you want to focus on kitchen table issues and you don't want to go to bat for trans people, like, just so you know, Donald Trump is also killing that avenue for Democrats, because anyone who's paying attention to politics is just like, oh, you don't support trans people? Then you start sounding like this dipshit, you know?
And the whole world was laughing at us. We were a joke all over the world, but not anymore. They're not laughing. They're not laughing. Then one murder. We had transgender for everybody, men and women sports.
Transgender for everybody, men and women sports. This is what Amy Acton sounds like right now. It's grotesque. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is Republicans are going out of their way to make a permission structure that actually benefits folks on the left in a way that I find very hilarious, right? Like, this just pushes Democrats towards supporting trans people, even if those Democrats would otherwise have, jelly-like spine consistencies. And not to mention the fact that, like, the emergence of DSA as a meaningful political force in America is leading to incredible, incredible things like this. This is coming courtesy of the Comal County Republican Party, posted on their Facebook page. DSA, Democratic Socialists of America. The DSA's mission is to replace capitalism with democratic socialism by shifting economic and political power from corporations and wealthy owners to workers and the public. Is this what you want for America? And it's just like, well, most people in America aren't wealthy owners or corporations and are, in fact, average, everyday working people. Actually, wait a minute. This democratic socialism thing seems kind of cool. I should look into that, maybe. Like, this is the thing, right? Republicans are, time and time again, creating a permission structure for farther left candidates in the Democratic Party to flourish. And that's exactly what we're seeing. Here's AOC, someone who is widely, purportedly preparing to run for president right now.
I was just wondering, if Democrats win back the majority, how should Democrats claw back the money in OBBBA and reconciliation? What are your thoughts about that?
100%. I think that we need to figure out the way, if it's, there's a 100 ways to skin a cat around here. So it could be through the literal clawback of those funds. It could be through the withholding of other appropriations to force them to spend down what's gone out. There's a lot of different ways to look at it, but we cannot allow this genuinely unacceptable and irresponsible deployment of resources with no accountability to become a new floor.
Yeah, thank you. I was just wondering,
we gave ICE tens of billions of dollars and cut Medicaid by almost $1 trillion. We are deliberately putting people's lives in danger and denying them medical treatment, which in turn, of course, ratchets up the costs when those people inevitably go to urgent care and the emergency room. What is happening here is robbery. And when we're talking about the we need to claw back money from ICE, yeah, we need to abolish the entire organization of ICE, because we gave them $70 billion while we're busy kicking people off of their healthcare plans, while we're busy gutting our education systems, while we're busy cutting SNAP benefits and making sure people starve. It's disgusting. Of course we should do that. Oh, which would you rather have? Secret police roaming the streets and killing people, killing your neighbors, or would you rather have a functional public health system and education? It's a no-brainer. It's truly a no-brainer.
Never thought I would hear Comal County on your stream. My stomping grounds. The GOP HQ had arson. Comal County is like a MAGA mecca. I grew up there.
It's when we're talking about this shit, this is what attacking Democrats and folks on the left for sensible policy has become like their main move. It's actually quite fascinating, and it's not working for them. The desperation is palpable. And I do want to say, it is also weakening folks like Gavin Newsom. It is weakening folks who are more moderate Dems, and I find that to be a very good thing. Look at this. Gavin Newsom was at one point considered a frontrunner for 2028, and now he is, Newsom appoints podcaster Scott Galloway to UC Board of Regents. He co-hosts a popular show with Kara Swisher. Gavin Newsom saw Donald Trump become the first podcaster president, podcaster in chief, and said, I'm going to become the Democrat podcaster in chief. And it's just like conservative light whenever you look at what he's talking about. It's truly weak and feckless when you actually look at his output. But now he's trying to appoint actual honest-to-God podcasters. Galloway has a channel with is it like 250,000 subscribers or something? Like, it's not insubstantial. He is, by the way, like an entrepreneur. He does like the podcast circuit under the name The Prof G Pod. He has 800,000 subscribers. There we go. It's great. It's great stuff. Clearly qualified to be running.
I must be
UC.
part of the No Child Left Behind of Trans Everyone campaign. Ha ha ha.
It's true. It's true. A lot of people don't understand that when George W. Bush launched the No Child Left Behind campaign, it was actually the original trans campaign. Also, thank you for the $20 super chat. Who's a whatsits? Appreciate you. I guess I'm just kind of like, you know what? Conservatives, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Because it's working for the DSA, it's working for the rising tide of actual progressive leftism in America. And honestly, every single fuck up, every single message coming out of the GOP right now is making the DSA stronger by the day. And it will continue to do so because, frankly, conservatives are only capable of doing one thing, pressing one goddamn button. And that button is to double down on stealing from the poor to enrich the rich. That's it. That's the one move that they have. And they conceal it by doing bigotry, by shouting a slur before they push the button, so that everyone's distracted by the slur instead of by the button that steals from the poor to give to the rich. And kind of seems to me that every single time that happens, folks are starting to catch on that they're getting scammed by a bunch of racists and a bunch of bigots. And that trick isn't going to work anymore. But, maybe I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, Republicans, by continuing to press those goddamn buttons. And speaking of, if you got anything out of this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the Republican messaging strategy right now. And also, join your local Dems, join your local DSA, get involved in your local political system, because that is where you can apply the most political leverage and have the most agency. So get involved locally. We can help you take those first steps. Join our Discord, reach out to Gamergy, reach for help with your local DSA, reach out to Dragonfly for help with your local Dems. They have years of experience organizing within their respective organizations. They can help you do it too. So folks, get involved today. And last but not least, check out ImogeneOlivia.com, gender euphoric lingerie designed from the ground up for trans femmes, tested with cis men, cis women, non-binary folks, trans men. It is comfortable, sexy, non-tucking lingerie, and it's great. It's truly wonderful. So we just got a big restock. We have 2 new sizes. There's a new color. Go check it out. ImogeneOlivia.com. Link down in the doobly-doo. Let's keep on going.
Riverboat Jack is coming to town. All the viewers gather around. Twitch and YouTube is where she streams. All that content is bursting the seams. Politics, gaming, and plenty more. Her sense of fashion you'll adore. So grab your stuff and hop aboard. We're going straight to Jack's Discord.